I have a hack. So how's you're gonna do it? And the hack is how to always get Kawhi Leonard. It's not always in my team. I mean, here's a hack for my team. You buy VC and open a crap ton of packs, or buy them in the store or the auction house. Here's another hack. Here's to always get Kawhi. Go to MyLeague, current NBA teams, start an off season. Now once this loads, I'll show you the settings. You're gonna do setup options, salary cap off, trade deadline off, recently assigned restriction off. Turn all these off. Do not turn trade override off. On, because that would make your chances lower. Leave trade logic on, because then they'll just go wherever. Like any player can be on the Hornets and they just randomly just go to like the Wizards or whatever. Then turn injuries off, and then hit advance, and then the team you're gonna select is the Rockets. You're gonna hit advance. Select the Rockets, hit advance twice. So here's what you're gonna do. You can hit use the draft class. You're gonna skip to the draft lottery, and your draft lottery results might not be the same as mine. So the Bulls have the first pick, right? So you're gonna leave your coach because he's a good coach. So here's what you're gonna want to do. Trade finder, hit view picks, scroll over to the team that has the #1 pick. Yours might not be the same as mine. Yours might not be the Bulls like mine is. But you're gonna hit view offers, so they're not gonna trade for anything. So then you gotta go to the #2 pick, which for me is held by the Hawks, but probably won't be held for you. So they're not gonna trade for it. So if you hit this, and it says no offers were found for the selected assets. If there weren't any offers, then don't waste your time, because you probably can't get it. So then you go to the 3rd pick. Okay, so they offer you something. So what you're gonna want to do with Chris Paul, because you're probably gonna be able to sign a better point guard in free agency. You're gonna do whatever trade is better for you, and in this case, it's the Marcus Smart trade. So Chris Paul and Eric Gordon. So we're gonna get this trade. So now you have the 3rd pick. So you know what you can do with that 3rd pick. You simulate till you use your pick. And if you get the 1st or 2nd trade or pick, that's good. Just don't trade James Harden or Clint Capella. Just don't. So I can get Zion or the knockoff Shaw. So when you're looking at this, it's gonna say Michael Rodman, and it's gonna be a picture of Zion again. It just happens. This is just how it is. So what you're gonna want to do, if Jaw has already been picked, because you don't want the knockoff Jaw, whatever his name might be, because the names are always different. So you're going to go out, and you're gonna hit propose trade. You're gonna offer your pick, and then first off, I was wrong. You gotta pick. You gotta see where Jaw went to. He went to the Bulls. So you gotta propose trade. Get your pick. And the Bulls. So Ja Morant. You're gonna try and do that trade. So they did the trade. So now you have Ja. You have to do whatever you have to do to get Ja Morant. But so that's what you're gonna want to do. So now you have Jaw. I'm here editing this video, and I forgot to remind you to like and subscribe. Get it from him. So now you're gonna simulate the free agency, and the first 3 days of free agency are called the moratorium. So now you've got your free agents. Now you might be in a different year. You might have already simulated a year. You might be in like 2K19, where Paul George is a free agent. But for this one, Kawhi, KD, Kyrie, not Kawhi, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Buckets, Chris Stapps. Okay. So you're going to offer him. Okay, so when you're trying to get a player, you're gonna hit view offers. And then this is the people that I've offered to Kawhi. Now Kawhi usually signs on day 1. So if you want to offer to people that's not Kawhi and then simulate a day and then try and get Kawhi, it more than likely won't work. So look, the Hawks have offered him a 4-year, $140.61 million. Now what you're gonna want to do is offer that same thing, because that's a max contract for him. 140.61, and then do a player option and a no trade clause. You offer it to him, and then you can do whatever other players you want to do. My other players are gonna be KD, which I usually get KD when I'm the Rockets, but not always. I'm also gonna do Klay. Now, what no trade clause means, if you don't already know, it means you can no trade clause means if you want to trade, if you give, let's say I were to sign Kyrie and you gave him a no trade clause, and for whatever reason you're trying to trade Kyrie. I don't know why you'd trade Kyrie unless you're getting like Giannis. But if you trade Kyrie, but you give him a no trade clause, he has the option to waive his no trade clause. So if you give them a no trade clause, that means they can waive it, and that means you can't trade them. It won't let you trade them. The CPU won't let you trade them. So that's what that means. Okay. So Kawhi loves my contract. See, at the very right, it says interest 100, but he also likes the Hawks contract. So we're gonna, and I also offered to KD. He likes my contract as well. So Klay liked my contract as well. So he's probably gonna sign with the Lakers, because he usually signs with the Lakers, but he sometimes signs with me. So here's, okay, see, we got Kawhi. What'd I tell you? What did I tell you?